what's up? I'm Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a reading vlog, and specifically one that I have seen around on booktube for years and always wanted to do. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be doing a reading vlog where I read the highest and the lowest rated books on my TBR. I originally filmed the intro to this video a while ago. Unfortunately, when I was starting to edit the footage, I realized that the sound was not there. So I'm redoing it and that is why you are seeing me here like this, and you'll see me again at the end of the video like this. At the beginning of this year, I did kind of a spring cleaning thing, going through my Goodreads and organizing everything. I did a big clear out of my TBR shelf on there, and I cleared it all out, got rid of all of the books that I had no more interest in or I knew weren't happening. And sometimes I have duplicates of like the same exact book, but it's just a different version, so it goes in there twice. And I went in there today. My lowest rated book was I Kissed Alice by Anna Birch. So this book is a YA sapphic romance. The average rating of this, I think, is about 3 stars, I think. And then my highest rated book on my TBR, which the timing just worked out so well for this, it ended up being I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. I recently got the audiobook I Kissed Alice. Rhodes and Ileana couldn't be more different, but that's not why they hate each other. Hyper-gifted artist Rhodes has always excelled at Alabama's Conservatory of the Arts despite a secret bout of creator's block, while transfer student Ileana tries to outshine everyone with her intense competitive work ethic. Since only one of them can get the coveted capstone scholarship, the competition between them is fierce. They both escape the pressure on a fan fiction site where they are unknowingly collaborating on a graphic novel. And despite being worse enemies in real life, their anonymous online identities, I Kissed Alice and Curious in Cheshire, are starting to like each other a lot. When the truth comes out, will they destroy each other's futures? Obviously, Jennette McCurdy's book is kind of an autobiography for her, and it really goes into her childhood and growing up and, you know, working on Nickelodeon, how she got into the business and all that stuff. So you don't really need a summary on that because it's a life story, you know. I'm not going to drag this out for too much longer, and we're going to start with I Kissed Alice. So here are my check-ins. It is 1 p.m. Not p.m. Oh my god, what am I talking about? See, I need to go to sleep. It is 1 a.m. and I was listening to the audiobook for I Kissed Alice. I don't know, I'm very confused. I'm very thrown off. It's not what I thought it was going to be at all. But it seems like it's going to be cute. It seems lighthearted. Even the cover kind of gives this impression. There's a middle person who should have been involved in the back summary of this story, the setup, and her name is Sarah. There is Rhodes, there's Ileana, and then there is the very, very important player here, Sarah. She is friends with Ileana, but she is also friends with Rhodes. And so far, from what I'm understanding and what is being displayed to me, she is the reason why they are enemies. Both want to be Sarah's only best friend. That's what seems to be going on here, which I mean still makes them enemies, but they're just a lot closer in proximity than I thought they were going to be. You know, I didn't expect them to be riding in the same car going to like football games or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's also very weird to me that neither of them have figured out to this point that they know each other from their online personas, because they do seem to talk about like the events of the day and like things that happen and like arguments they have with friends and their family. And I'm like, I feel like eventually you would start filling up some context. And even at the times that they reply to stuff and like the events they're going to, don't you realize that both of you just so happen to be going to like a football game at the same exact time on the same exact night? You don't think that's suspicious? You don't think that's weird? We already have the established thing of them both being very possessive over the Sarah girl, both of them hating each other because they are each other's competition for Sarah's attention. And it has been established so many times already in this book that they hate each other, Rhodes and Ileana. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but I also just don't really get where the anger comes from initially. Like, what was it that set them off that made them feel like they can't both be Sarah's best friends and be best friends with each other? I'm just so confused, and there's so much left of the book that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to sit here and listen to them both bitch about how they feel like Sarah acts differently with the other, and like they're not getting exposed to that part of her. All of these relationships seem toxic. I feel like if they were going to have the Sarah plot in here, maybe not have the added online relationship, because it just feels like a lot. It's just a lot for my mind to process right now. Anyway, let me go. I'll give you an update once we get to 25%. Maybe I'll just round it up to 30. We'll see how I'm feeling, but whew, this is I don't even know. Okay, so here we are with our update on I Kissed Alice. I hate to say it, but I did end up DNFing the book. I didn't like any of the characters. They all annoyed me. But I made it to like 40% into the book. 45% I think I was at. And there was this scene where they're in this diner that Ileana and Sarah work at. Rhodes goes there with her brother. And her and her brother catch each other checking out Ileana, and Rhodes reveals in her mind that she initially found Ileana so attractive and like really like thought she was just like wow, and she was like, my body remembers. And I'm like, oh my god. And they kind of have like this confrontation standoff with each other at the diner in front of everybody. By the time we got that initial show that there's attraction there, it's already close to 50% into the book. I feel like like the characters aren't likable. They're both obsessed with their friendships or relation or whatever they're doing with Sarah, and you know, they don't have many nice things to say about each other. We also haven't seen much of the conversations between them online, because the online bits are like the last page of the chapter, so it's not even like there's a whole chapter dedicated to just seeing how they interact with each other online. No, it's all like the last few sentences of the chapter, just a quick log in, log out type of situation. Literally get to the point where they're talking online and they both say that they are applying for the same art competition. You are both applying to the same thing that, like, it's not even a big thing, and you don't think it's a little suspicious? Complain the whole time, and that's not, it wasn't fun. It was not fun. There wasn't anything else that was super appealing to even distract from that. There was not one positive relationship shown in the first half of this book. And that is very unfortunate, and I kind of hate that. I wish it was different, because I saw a lot of potential in that diner scene, but by the time I had gotten to that point, I'm like, damn, I am 50% almost into this book, and we are only just getting some type of something, and I did go ahead and read the ending, just because I was like, I just need to know what happens with this book. I read the last 2 chapters, and from what I can figure out in context, they do become a couple at some point, but it seems like it wasn't until like the very end of the book that they reveal or figure out that they were talking to each other online. It turns out that like someone was trying to sabotage them in their competition, and it ended up being Sarah, which toxicity, as I said, that every single part of that friendship going every single direction, toxic, where they both were questioning if they could go forth being together. They questioned this, and so it feels like this book might have been a headache, and I probably saved myself from coming on here raging about everything that I read, even though I definitely could have finished it because the audiobook only had like 3 hours. I could not do it. I'm not sorry about it. I gave it 1 star. It just was not, no, that was not a great experience. And I'm very sad about that because I was really excited about it. I thought it was just gonna be so cute. I understand why so many people in the reviews DNF'd it. I do understand why it has low reviews. But I think that there are probably people who will see the potential in it and probably will see a lot of greatness. Because like I said, the diner scene for that was so good. Like that one, it actually caused tension. It showed attraction. It was like, okay, I see something. And it felt very like one-sided. Kind of like Rhodes just likes to rile Ileana up and like just lives for the tension that causes. Anyways, that was my update. We will be back with I'm glad my mom died. And I'm back. So I have gone ahead and I read all of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. I got through this audiobook insanely fast. It was just so addictive to listen to once you started. But I have to let you know that this is definitely a very it can get dark a little bit in this book, so definitely check out the trigger warnings because it deals with depression, eating disorders, you know, emotional abuse, some manipulation in there. But I have to say that this story, wow, I loved getting to hear Jennette tell her story through the audiobook. Her childhood was intense. I'm glad her mom's dead too because I felt for her so much in hearing her story and just hearing her talk about it. And you know, not every parent is great. That's I think sometimes hard for people to understand. Even during her press run for this book, I constantly saw people saying, well, like, what do you think your mother would think of the book? What do you think? And it's like, there probably would not be a book if her mother was still around because she would probably be still in that cycle of abuse if she was. So there wouldn't be no book, and I don't really think her mom's opinion matters. I'm happy that her and Miranda were genuinely friends throughout filming, and you know, they were able to find a common ground with each other and build a genuine friendship. And even though they aren't as close anymore, I still think that that's so beautiful that they still have so much love for each other. I remember when they did the reboot for iCarly and they were talking about, everyone was trying to make a thing about Sam not coming back to the show. I feel like a lot of times you get the backstory on shows like this and you find out that everyone hated each other and that's why their experience was horrible. But no, here it was just a lot of love, but they were just kids and they were dealing with people who were in charge at these stations, and they weren't great people. I think a lot of us know. If you know Nickelodeon culture and their shows since the 90s, you know who the main showrunner is. She never names him, so I'm not either, but it's very how he's not in jail yet, I have no idea. It was such a good book. Totally deserve 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars without even having to finish it. I was like, this is 5 stars. Like, this story was so good and so real and just brutally honest, and I just love that. I love that she kept the title of the book, even though so many people before it even was released were trying to push back, like, how could you title your book that? How could you do that to your mother? May she rest in peace. Like, and that is everything for this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed this. There weren't as many check-ins for this as I feel like there would be if I was reading the books physically. So like, audiobooks definitely make things go a little faster, but it's okay. This is my first time trying to do a vlog like this. Maybe I will go back and try again to do my highest and lowest, or maybe I'll try to read my 3 lowest rated books or something like that, just to switch it up a little bit. But I think that's a really great way to pick a TBR because obviously it's books that you're already interested in and sometimes you get an unexpected gem. And I I just send so much love to Jennette, and I really hope that she is finding peace. I am on her side, okay? Like, she's right. Anyways, that's everything for this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on alerts. Let me know if you've read either of these books, and if you were able to get your hands on the physical version of I'm Glad My Mom Died, kudos to you, because I tried to get it and no luck at all. Even the day it was released, no luck. It was sold out. So kudos to you if you have one. Yes. Alright, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Only live in the dreams, baby.